Namaste, dear beings. Greetings to all. Today it felt to be presented a little sequence that is called 5 Tibetan Rites. It's a very ancient practice. It's a practice very similar to yoga that we know from India. This one is a Tibetan kind of sequence, but also we may say yoga sequence. And many yogis and yoginis that practice will be familiar with these postures that are composing the sequence of 5 Tibetan rites. This sequence is also very known as the fountain of youth. Because of it nicely maintains the body flexible, the mobility in the body, and also rejuvenates our cells, our systems. Nowadays, we have many researches that have proved the benefits also in the scientific way. So this sequence was accompanying myself for some time. Then I had to stop because of my body conditions and all that happened in my life. But now slowly I'm again coming back to it to recover a little bit my body. It's a short sequence when you don't do the many repetitions. Of course, at the beginning, it is recommended to start slowly with 3 repetitions for each posture, and then slowly increasing the number of repetitions till you come to 21. Yes, the complete ideal sequence would be 5 postures 21 times repeated. But of course, some of the beings practice it with more repetitions, or everybody on its own. As I always mention, it is very important to listen to our own body, and it is also very nice to invite our body to move on its own way, to find your own practice and style. But when we don't have that much time for it or space, or when we still haven't come to this discovery of our own inner practices, this sequence can be very useful to maintain the body in nice conditions, and also to find slowly a nice discipline for the body to rejuvenate, to maintain it flexible, and to improve our spine, the flexibility of our spine, because of, as we know, all the secrets and the vital energy is very seated in our spine. So it's very important to release the blockages there, and then also the other parts of course are important. But the spine is really a very important part of our body. So this sequence maintains the spine nicely fresh, nicely young and flexible, and also with the flexibility of the spine, the flexibility of the arteries come, also the improvement of our heart, also the improvement of blood pressure, and many other benefits. You can always find more in the researches, scientific researches. So let's come to this sequence. Uh, it is composed of five movements, five movements, five Tibetan rites. First rite is standing on the floor. And here we place our feet hip distance apart. We nicely root our feet and align the body. But also, what I feel is very nice to do um, from my own experience. But you may listen to your own intuition, of course, also. At the beginning, I like to warm a little bit the wrists and the ankles. Yeah, because of we put quite a lot of weight on our wrists during this session and on our ankles. A lot also in our everyday life, and it is nice to lubricate them a little bit. Our joints are very important to be moved and prepared. We inhale nicely, align our body, exhaling, bring the chest towards the chin, and then with the next inhale, we lift our arm shoulder height, and the palms are going to be facing downward, to the floor. Then we start moving clockwise. We move clockwise, and when you focus your gaze a little bit down, it will help you not to become dead dizzy. Yeah, you do this movement slowly, clockwise. As I already mentioned, 3 times at the beginning, and then you increase slowly, listening to your body. So 3 repetitions, then slowly you may stay a little bit after it to integrate in the movement for some breaths. Then slowly we come to the floor, lying down on our back. It is very important to take care of our spine and to come down from the side, not to overdo it with our spine. Down on our back, with our legs straight together and our arms next to the body, straight, palms facing down. Fingers are together. Here we inhale. In this position, with the exhale, we bring our chin towards the chest. And with the next inhale, we lift the legs up. Exhaling, we bring the legs and the head down. And then we continue. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, legs up. And exhale, all down, lying down on the floor. If you are in a good condition, you may also lift your legs a little bit more over your head. Yeah, usually it's straight up towards the sky, but when you are nicely flexible and feet you would like to increase, you may bring the legs also a little bit more towards your head. Good. After this, it is nice to take some breaths. To integrate the movement, to relax a little bit the body. The third rite is coming to the kneeling posture onto our knees. We nicely tuck our toes. We nicely place our toes onto the floor. Okay, so there is a nice the flexibility in our toes, and the joints of the toes will slowly increase with this exercise. That is also very important because of our joints in the toes are directly connected with the neck, and when we release when we work with our feet, with our toes, we at the same time work our cervicals, our neck, and this part of the spine. Good. So in the kneeling position, toes tuck, nicely placed on the floor. Then we straight our arms alongside the body, the fingers together, nicely pointed towards the floor. We inhale here and exhaling, we bring our chin towards the chest. And with the inhale we start arching our back, opening the chest, and with this the head comes back and the arms also, the hands slightly behind the thighs, in the back part of our thighs, nicely giving a support to our body. With the exhale, coming back up, chin towards the chest. Inhale again, opening the chest, arching back. And so the number of repetitions that is comfortable for you. And after it, we may sit down onto our heels and for some breaths, relax. The fourth rite is sitting down on the floor with our legs straight in front of us. The feet will be hip distance apart. The feet flexed, and we nicely place our arms alongside the body, palms placed on the floor next to our hips. Good. Here we inhale, lengthening our spine, and with the exhale again the chin comes towards the chest, and with the inhale we push our hips up, open, come up, open the chest, and bring the head back. Here the tabletop posture. And with the exhale we sit slowly back onto the floor, very slowly, using the whole breath for the movement, the whole inhale coming up and the whole exhale coming down, and also bringing the chin towards the chest. Yeah, there is quite a lot of exercise with our neck, bringing the chin to our chest and then bringing the head back. That is releasing our neck and rejuvenating this region of the spine that we have usually quite blocked. Good. And then we slowly come to the last fifth rite, that is coming onto our hands and knees. Here we open our palms, separate the fingers nicely. We may also lift our fingers to feel the four corners of our hands, nicely rooting our hands, and then gently we place the fingers onto the floor. With the inhale, we extend the right leg back, exhale, extend the left leg back, and inhaling we come to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. This will be the starting position. And then slowly, with the exhale, we will move to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And here in Adho Mukha Svanasana, again our chin will come towards the chest. And we move with the next inhale in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, opening the chest, looking up, and then again exhaling, coming down. Here it is, the most important is to have the spine nicely straight. We are opening the armpits and opening the chest. Also in the Adho Mukha Svanasana, we try to extend our spine as much as possible. If at the beginning you need to have your knees slightly bent, you do so. Good. So, and after we finish, we like to come onto my knees, opening my knees more than hip distance apart, uh, placing my hands in the triangle position, placing it on the floor, and bringing my trunk and my forehead onto the floor, and resting for some breaths in the child's pose. And after it, if you feel like, you may use the time if you are free for some short meditation or shavasana. So this is everything from my side about the 5 Tibetan rites. If you are inspired with this practice and would love to try how it feels, how it works for your body, you are kindly invited. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a great time. Namaste.